Wow, what a beautiful day. Good morning, welcome back to GP Outdoors. We're back at the target range again today. As you guys know, I lost a bit of footage, so I'm gonna take you for a quick walk, catch you up on what we've done over the last couple of weeks that I didn't get to see, and then I'll let you know what we're up to today. Let's go for a walk. Over the last few weeks, Guy and I felled a lot of trees. You could probably tell much clearer sight all the way down to the end of the range where that big red towel is. You'll remember this guy, it's probably the last one you saw. And then we tried to widen it out a little bit on the sides. You guys could probably see much wider, much clearer view through here. We dropped quite a few trees over the last couple of weeks. And as you can see, we've got them down. We bucked them into 8-foot lengths. We also went down into the clearing. Hopefully you can see down there. And we cut down a lot of thicket and a lot of brush that was piled up there so we could get a clear sight through. And as you could probably tell, my felling techniques are not getting too much better, but I think they'll get better with more practice. Morning, Bear. Come on, buddy. So before anybody says anything in the comments, yeah, you can probably tell out of all the work we did, there are 2 hangers. And yeah, they were both mine. My neighbor Guy has a little more experience at this than I do. But hey, did pretty good on most of them. Today, we need to haul the tractor back here with the skidding winch, and we need to do a little cleanup before we go further. We've got a lot of 8-foot logs that we've bucked up, and they're laying here on the floor. And preferably, we like to get these out of here, clean them up, get them stacked. As I mentioned to you, the wider ones are going to be millwood for Guy, and the smaller ones will turn into firewood. And I think the skidding winch is going to come in pretty handy to get some of this stuff out of here. So I hope you'll stick around today. Should be a lot of fun. Beautiful day today. Nice breeze in the air, so that'll help to keep the black flies and the dragonflies down. And we should have a good time. Let's get at it. Dog likes the forest.
Should see more rocks in the
Oop. Brake is on. That's better.
Oh.
On is inside, off is outside. Alrighty, so get some guys. Hello there, Bear.
Good. Yep, thanks.
All right, millwood. Guy marks all the mill logs with a yellow marker. So I know these are, I'm gonna grapple these, I'm gonna run them down to the old first range, the 100-meter range. take a second, just give you an update on the skidding winch. I'm pretty pleased with the performance so far. If you folks remember, I took the 3501 model instead of the 2501 for a couple of reasons. Although this is rated for a larger tractor with higher PTO horsepower, it pulls just fine. Tractor does not labor. Everything works well that way. A few folks asked me why I picked this 3501. Weight was an important factor to me. The 2501 I think weighs about 290 pounds. This 3501 weighs almost 500 pounds. I think it's 498. The second reason is because the 3501, this fence sits about 12 inches higher than the 2501, and that gives me plenty of protection against the back of my glass cab. Things that I like about it, I like that it came with 3 chokers, and they're proper chokers. I like the fact that it's got the 3 keyholes as well as the hook on it. 165 feet, you can draw this thing out. It has a brake on the back. It's a ratchet style brake, I believe, on the drum. And I think we're gonna need that today when we're pulling out off of the side of that cliff or off of that valley and getting it up to the tractor. A couple of things that I would add to it though, if it was me, I would buy 2 optional chainsaw holders. These appear to be symmetrical, so I think you can mount them on either side of this fence. I would put one on the other side of the fence as well. Like many of you folks have told me, you don't go into the forest without at least 2 chainsaws. And as you remember, I learned that the hard way about 2 months ago. So I'd love to get another chainsaw holder on the other side. That way I've got both of them with me. A little feedback for the good folks at IGLAND. I think what would really help make this complete, it would be great if we had a 2-inch receiver mounted on the back of this winch so I could pull a trailer or something else behind me. As you know, when you're trying to go into the forest, you'd like to do a kind of a one and done. And so there are different things that you may want to carry that you have no room to carry. But if I had a receiver here, I could throw a smaller or medium-sized trailer on the back and haul it with me. The second thing, IGLAND also offers this self-releasing pulley, which I think we're going to need today for sure, especially to grab those timbers that are out to the right and to the left of this laneway. However, there appears to be nowhere to hang it or to attach it to the back of this fence or the unit. Great to have the optional equipment, but I end up now having to put it on the floorboards between my feet, which isn't the safest, because I can't seem to find a place that it'll latch on here. I could probably throw chains or something through to try to hang it off the fence, but this thing weighs a ton. It's rated to pull 6 tons, so it's pretty heavy duty. So I think some kind of an additional bracket to hold this thing would be really helpful. It won't fit on the existing brackets. It's too big. But hey, otherwise pretty pleased. We better get back to work. Okay, great. See her in action.
Camera's got good.
Yeah. I think we're gonna want to hook it and then pull more over to here. Good to go?
Should work.
All right. We got the angle.
Fire it up. Terribly worried about debarking this. I'll do the math.
quick tip I learned. When you're in this mulchy or really soft dirt, what you're gonna find is when you're hauling pretty big heavy logs, you're gonna drop your skidding winch in, this skid plate is gonna dig in, but your tractor's gonna start getting pulled backwards, even if you have the brake on, until this thing digs in enough. So what I'm doing now, especially given the type of terrain we have, as I get close to where I wanna stop, just before I stop, I drop the winch down to the ground, and I allow the skid plate down here to dig in, get its angle and get rooted. That way it's got less of a chance of pulling the tractor because it's already dug into the ground. This is where a skidding winch really comes in handy. We're down a slope and then there's a big drop just on the other side of that 5 or 6 inch log you see across the middle. Good stuff. Wow, it's a great morning. We got everything out except I think there's one maple, just a small one, down on the north side, just off in the bush, but everything else is cleared. And that means we continue making progress further down on the range. You know, you guys ever find when you're working on a big project, you do so many days of labor or you're doing a lot of work on it, but it doesn't seem to be getting you anywhere. It's like you can't see anything shaping up. But then you get to that point when it really starts to take shape and it starts to get exciting again because you can kind of see the end in sight. And that's kind of where we're at now. Thanks a lot for sticking around with us today. I appreciate it. I'm gonna head over, grapple all those logs off the trailer, and I think we're going in for a coffee. Have a great week with your families. Thanks so much for sticking around with us. Please be kind, and I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers.